Good morning. Good morning. And good morning to you too. And I am ready bright and early today. I'm feeling so much better today, which is great. And the cough is still a little bit there. And I am now going to head off to the doctor, but I just thought quickly I'd show you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my cropped knitted jumper from the other day when I wore it with my tartan skirt. Black turtleneck, green mum jeans, black boots, black bag, and I'm wearing my green and gold accessories. Whoops, accessories to match. I'll see you in the car. And I am off on my way to the doctor. Two things. First, just to catch you up to speed, the doctor appointment this morning, I mentioned before I had to go back to the doctor to get my referral for the physio. So that is happening today. I am going to hopefully get into an exercise physiologist, strengthen my upper thigh muscles, and hopefully, fingers crossed, God willing, that will solve the issue that I'm having with my upper thigh muscles, with my leg issues. Second thing, if you have not noticed, I will update you. My face, I have spent the last week, previous week, when I was sick, not putting on any concealer. And I'm trying to continue that this week because in that week of not putting on any concealer, decided I was like, do you know what? I'll give my face a break. I'll stop using any facial cleansers. And as a consequence, I will also stop using any retinol or any acne serums. Now, I don't think the acne serum is contributing to anything I'm about to say, but I do think the former two are. My face, although still covered in scars, has as a consequence cleared up a lot. Now, I know it still looks dreadful considering the scarring and all of that, but all of a sudden my skin started to calm down. Now, I don't really think it's much to do with the retinol either, even though a lot of people will argue that retinol isn't conducive to good skin if acne is the response. So people tell you should cut out retinol if you're experiencing a lot of acne. But the thing is, I was experiencing that even before the retinol. I've actually cut the retinol out before and it never changed anything. The only difference now is the face cleanser. Now, I did notice prior to the week of getting sick that I had stopped washing my face with the cleanser in the morning and only in the evening after I would wash off the concealer. And I noticed then that my face was already starting to do a lot better. Not perfectly, but a lot better. And so I think I may have accidentally stumbled upon the fact that although cutting out ultra-processed food did seem to get rid of the cystic acne, the big bumps, the smaller little white pussy acne, I think, has calmed down a lot since I've cut out the face cleanser. So I think I might be onto something. Watch this space. I'm hoping I've just sort of cracked a code here. But as a consequence, I think I've just started to realize that a naturopath I went to years ago, who was the first person, by the way, to mention to me that diet was the problem with my nose and skin, not that I needed more tablets or more chemicals to use on my face, that like every other doctor was suggesting that, and it never did anything. She was the first person to suggest that. So now I'm questioning if I should go back to using this vitamin E face cream that she mentioned before on my skin rather than the moisturizer I'm using at the moment that is also full of chemicals. I just think I'm very sensitive, to be honest, because a lot of people use the cleanser. I use, I'm not going to say this right, La Roche. I use La Roche-Posay, and I know I didn't say that right, but that is what I use, and I know a lot of people that use it and get on great. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but however, all good. Now, there is no parking spaces there. Whoops, I've gone the wrong way. But yeah, anyway, I will keep you updated on that. I'll let you know what happens when I leave the doctor, but I will keep you updated on my whole face situation because I may very well be onto something. All right, now it is time. I wore a mask, by the way, because I am adamant that I caught whatever virus I had last week from waiting in the doctor's surgery previously. Anyway, I have the referral all done. Thank you. I have the referral all scheduled in, so that's great. I can now go home, book this in, organized to start seeing a physio. And you know what, I'm excited because I kind of have this, like, I don't know where it's come from, this inner motivation to just get on top of my physical health now. I've spent years working on my mental health, and that will always be a continual thing, as is physical health. But I've got it to a place where I'm content. I'm not happy, but I'm content. I can definitely improve on that more. And now I'm motivated to work on my physical health. Cutting out ultra processed foods this year, I have realized that I'm not sleepy or drowsy like I used to be. I used to be tired all the time, all day. Now I do have low iron, so I constantly assumed it was just that. But after I would eat, I would always be tired, always. And now a combination of eating less but more often during the day. So I've cut my portions down, but I eat 5 times a day now instead of 3 to compensate. And I don't eat ultra processed foods. And so all of a sudden, by accident, I've noticed that now I'm never tired during the day. It's always up until time to go to bed where I realize, oh, hang on a minute, now I'm starting to get drowsy. That's great. Anyway, time to go do my groceries, and I have a laser appointment as well, actually. I've got to go get my arms lasered and then head off home to get ready for the day. Well, I am ready for the day. Get ready for my lessons, the day of lessons, the day of teaching. All right, I just knocked my glasses on the roof of the car. That is groceries done, laser appointment done. What else did I do? No, also groceries, but I had to go to a separate shop to get the duck feed. All right, done. Time to go home. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. So sometimes, you know what? I'm just going to embrace my inner child, honestly. Growing up, I often had this thing where, sorry, the camera cut thing there because the camera cut thing there? The camera, it cut because someone was ringing. Anyway, I have this thing where every time, and I know a lot of people do this, but every time someone says something and it reminds me of a song, I just want to break out into song and dance. Anyway, believe it or not, I am actually not in the best mood. Now, I am masking that at the moment, admittedly, by singing in my mind and dancing. So I was just watching a reel about 2 seconds ago. I was on the toilet. And it was playing a song in the background of that. No, that's what I was just singing. Wait. Boom, ba-da-da-da-dum, boom, ba-da-da-da-dum, boom. And so in my mind, I was like, da-na-na-na-na. Now in my mind, I'm like, you are not going to be in a bad mood. You have no reason to be in a bad mood. You just haven't got your mindset right. So you're going to get up and you're going to dance and you're going to sing, that even though you can't sing, but you're going to dance. That I can do. Shui, a little bit. And so I walked out of the bathroom and I was like, da-na-na-na-na, boom, da-na-na-na-na, boom. Anyway, enough of that. I just wanted to show you. So, little update on the face. Now, cameras are not necessarily very kind to us when, well, at least in my opinion, when we don't have makeup on and you're an acne girl. And my face is looking absolutely full of scars. When I look in the mirror here, less lighting, it's looking great. But, you know, I'm just going to step back. It's not looking the best here, but I just wanted to tell you that personally, I think it has calmed down a lot. There are, like, I'm telling you, when I touch my face, which I probably shouldn't be doing either because that's not conducive to acne. It is conducive to acne. It's not conducive to good skin. It is just a lot smoother. There's a lot less bumps. Anyway, I will have a hard task ahead of me, I am sure, in getting rid of these scars and getting my face back to what it used to be. But on that note, I grabbed some apple cider vinegar from upstairs that my grandmother had that she doesn't really use anyway, seldom if ever. And I'm going to start washing my face with this, perhaps maybe not that often, maybe once or twice a week at minimum. we'll see how we go. I should research that first and probably get a bit of more information on the topic. The naturopath that I told you guys about earlier today mentioned that I shouldn't be using these, you know, chemically rather based cleansers, and should be using vinegar instead, which I found rather very difficult in the past because it was what was wrong with it? Oh, the makeup. Sorry, it wouldn't remove makeup very well. So I'll still have to use these cleansers. Maybe I need to find a more sensitive one. But anyway, long story short, I'm yabbering on. What's new? I have got the apple cider vinegar, and then the other update, I didn't just drop the packaging on the floor. The other update, I now have the skincare moisturizer, I should say, that I wanted for my skincare. So this has... Oh, I love the smell. This is called Vitamin E Cream. It's by Dr. Organic. Now, I remember I used it in the past and I loved it. But I remember that someone, who was it? A beautician, I think it was. Maybe that's who I shouldn't have been getting my skincare advice from, and I should have gone to a dermatologist. But a beautician mentioned this La Roche brand. Actually, and I think I saw a dermatologist talking about it on TikTok as well. Anyway, so I stopped using it. But I remember my naturopath said to me, the main thing you want on your face is less chemicals and more vitamin E. So I'm just going to give it a go, because so far she has proven to be right for a lot of things that the doctors haven't been able to help me with. So that is the update. I have had lunch. I've done everything else I needed to do today. I am going to... What am I going to do? I need to clean the carpet first because my grandfather has hired a carpet cleaner. So I need to clean the carpet. The mirror is fine. And so is the cream. I need to clean the carpet, and then I need to go and lesson plan for my students before they come today. It is already Tuesday, so tomorrow we will be halfway through the last week of the term. And so that makes me very excited. Anyway, I'm going to keep dancing a little bit, but I think I actually need the music on in the background. And then I shall see you all at some other point. Literally looks like we've just finished using this carpet cleaner Grandad hired for the day, and we have to drain it before we take it back, and it, honest to God, looks like Grandad's after taking a leak. Quite a big leak, might I add. Good God, how much water! So, the carpet has been cleaned. I'm not too impressed, namely because this stain didn't really get any better at all. But it has been cleaned. It didn't do really a good job, but it did an all right job. A lot of these stains, this carpet has been down since before I was born, so I'll cut it some slack. But this carpet has been in here since probably the 80s. Maybe no, the 80s. Yeah, I was going to say maybe the 70s, but no. This carpet has been here since the 80s. But anyway, we've cleaned the carpet, and it's it wasn't the best job. Let's say that. And to end the day, time for some dinner, and I'm just having some chores, so lentil soup. It's so good. Ars. Good morning, everyone. It is time to give Grandad another haircut. No! And I am officially dressed for the day. I am wearing a black and white ensemble. I do fear that my feet will have to change because it is still a little bit cold. It was -2 degrees in Melbourne this morning in Australia. Now, I live in Sydney, but it was still cold here nonetheless. But that's quite cold for Melbourne, even for Melbourne. Anyway, black turtleneck, black mum jeans, white fluffy cardigan. I just felt like a big fluffy, like, portable blanket, if you like, and this fits the bill. That's why I decided to go with my black and white little flats. But, you know, as much as it goes nicely, it's a little bit too cold down there. And also I feel like the style doesn't go. It's just too bare when you consider up here. So I definitely think I'm going to put my boots on. But I have paired it all with some white and silver jewelry. My hair's just drying at the moment. I've just resprayed it to kind of fluff up the curls a little bit. I need to go feed the ducks. I can hear Saoirse outside getting ready to explode in her quacks, and then I'll probably have a little bit of a catch-up chat with you guys when I'm in my office after I have my lunch, and just bring you up to speed with a few things. Yeah, Definitely boots, I'm afraid. Instantly warmer, instantly more finished. سهتين يعني. Enjoy. And on to the other two ducks. Your turn. Yeah, your turn. All right, ducks are fed. I am fed. I also realize now that I'm editing my vlog, I never showed you an after of what my grandfather's hair looked like when I finished cutting it, but I've shown you guys that before. So same old really, and I'm sure I'll show you another video. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix like my baby hairs. Well, no, they're not baby hairs really. These are, but I think this is like the fringe that failed me, which by the way, definitely want to trial getting a fringe put in properly, like one that I'm actually going to maintain, because as someone who just puts their hair in a ponytail every day, it's just more efficient for work. And I wish I was someone who styled their hair, like properly blow dried it or straightened it, etc. But I don't have the skills. I don't know how to do it, and I seldom have the time either. But I think I've just started 3 different conversations and lost my train of thought in all of them because I've digressed into 3 different sections, 3 different trains of thought. And I want to get a fringe. Let's wrap up that sentence. And apologies for messing with my hair because I'm just trying to put it all back neatly. That's the other one. My grandfather, I will show you his, let's just tuck that away. I'll show you his hair, I'm sure, the next time he's out and about. And I don't know what else I was just saying that I never finished. There was something else. Anyway, I don't know. But let me think. I think that was pretty much it. I think I've said what I wanted to say. Anyway, other things I wanted to update you on all. So in a vlog I uploaded recently where I was talking about how social media is negatively affecting my mental health, I realize a lot of you relate to it. So it's something that perhaps is a great idea for me to be more honest and vulnerable about with you all. I love social media, so don't get me wrong. I genuinely love what it has done for my life, but I also recognize that you can have too much of a good thing, and social media in reverse can be quite a negative thing, and that I have had to come to terms with. I've had to admit to myself and now publicly that it is taking a huge toll on my life. So I want to, this is my diary, I want to explain something that I've added into my routine. So I'll just take out some of my paperwork that I've got to deal with at the moment. And if I go to the front of my diary, you will see here, it says routines. I know the camera is flipped, but it says routines, and I have 1, 2, 3 sheets of printed out routines where basically the first sheet is what my daily routine is. The second sheet is what my weekly and monthly routine is. The third sheet is what my yearly routine is. So things that have to be done, for example, specific to the year, specific to the month, week and day, etc. And then also like my goals for the year, etc. Anyway, why I mentioned this, in terms of combating what social media is doing, I am going to have to decide, I'm going to do like a pros and cons list. I'm going to have to decide whether or not I want to keep posting every second day, which is negatively impacting on my engagement, or do I want to post every day and then have to come up with some manner of dealing with the way that makes me feel mentally. So I'm going to give you both options that I'm thinking of, the 2 options that I have in mind. I'm going to summarize them for you as best I can because I know I like to yap. Option 1, which I've been sort of trialing, I've been mainly doing lately, is posting every second day. And when I say sort of, it's because sometimes it's becoming every 3rd day, because either I'm becoming lazy with the routine because I have this spare time with it, or I'm just not admitting to myself how much of a struggle it's becoming with everything that I'm doing in my life. I have 2 jobs, in some respects 3, but I have 2 jobs essentially, and so I am struggling. Anyway, so posting every second day, and then on the days that I'm not posting, not opening social media at all. I mean completely like giving it up for the day. And I have trialed that over the last couple of weeks. In terms of my mental health, it's been fantastic. But in terms of maybe I haven't given it a long enough chance in order for me to realize whether it can fully work. But in terms of engagement online, it's suffering. I'm not taking for granted the type of platforms that I have. I do appreciate that. I think I have collectively about 1 million followers across all the apps if you add them together. And especially on YouTube, when I'm so close, I'm about to hit 100,000 subscribers. When I say I'm so close, I think I'm about 7,000 away or 6,500 now, but like that's still quite close in the grand scheme of things. I don't take that for granted, but if you consider social media as a job, you want to continue to grow. You never want to plateau. And as a consequence, me posting every second day has resulted in my engagement slowing down substantially, and especially on TikTok. It was a huge blow, but at the same time, I had to keep reminding myself in recent times, it's had a great impact on your mental health, so which is more important. But the long-term effects of a lower engagement is also impacting my mental health, because now I'm saying to myself, it's not really a job if you're not going to be doing it consistently, as in full-time every day. It's not really a good job if you're starting to not do as well in it and you're starting to perform less. You get the idea. Anyway, option number 2 is to post every day, Monday to Friday, and take the weekends off. But that means I'm on every single day, Monday to Friday. Now, the thing that I don't like about that is that sometimes there are things at the weekend that make me want to post. So it might be, for example, Mother's Day, Father's Day. It might be some other celebratory occasion that typically falls at the weekend. That's all I can really think of at the moment. And that makes me want to post at the weekend. So what do I do then? Do I compensate and not post on a weekday because of that? So I really don't know. I don't know what to do. I have spent years posting online every single day. For a good period of time, I was also posting more than once a day, and my engagement skyrocketed. Now, I'm not saying the amount you post is the only reason content does well. Of course, content itself is important. So what you are actually posting has to be, be it relatable or enjoyable, of good quality for an audience to want to engage with. I appreciate, but I do think posting once in a blue moon, unless you are some phenomenal content creator, which I am not, it's not going to work. So I've given you guys these 2 ideas, and I would really be grateful if you would all be able to tell me what you think you would do in my situation. I do have a lot on my plate. There's a lot happening in terms of running a full-time tutoring business, which again, please don't think that I sound ungrateful, because to be able to start a business from scratch and for it to run full-time is an incredible feat that I am so grateful for. I remember the day that I announced publicly that I was starting this business, and I put on my Instagram page, and back then I think I had maybe 1,200 followers. Mostly family and friends at the time, and random people I'd met online. And I remember asking everybody, hey, can you follow my business on social media, please? I really appreciate your support. That would have been 6 years ago, would it have been, I think? Not 100% sure. Actually, I think we're heading towards 7 years, if I really think about it. I'll have to calculate it, but roughly speaking, it's around the 6, maybe 7 years I've been running this business. And altogether, it's coming up to 10 years that I've been tutoring, because I've been tutoring almost since, I think, the month after I ran away from home, which I want to talk to you about as well. Anyway, so coming up to a massive... I just lost my train of thought. Jesus, I've been talking for however long, and I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, anyway, I remember when I posted that and I was panicking because I was going to go open up this business, and I wanted to build it from scratch, and I was terrified of failing, and I was also working full-time as a teacher, and I was going to go from working as a full-time English teacher and changing over to working full-time casually. That way the pressure of lesson planning was less on me. That way I could compensate and start allowing for that spare time to run my business. So I used to work full time as a school teacher and then run home as soon as I finished, because I was casual, I could leave earlier, come home and start tutoring straight away. And eventually my numbers started building in tutoring, exceptionally so when COVID hit, because a lot of parents needed a lot of support during the lockdowns and they didn't know what to do, so they needed tutoring. Anyway, so that grew. I went part-time in my school teaching, and then one thing led to another, and eventually I became so successful in this business, comparatively speaking. No, I'm not, when I say so successful, that sounds like I became a millionaire. I did not. God willing, there's time for that yet, but I did not yet. Anyway, and so eventually I've left school teaching, and focused just full-time on tutoring. And now I feel like I'm at a similar crossroads in my life where I kind of think I'm at a point where I could do the same thing with content creation, where I could slowly transition and, go part-time with tutoring, full-time content creation, give that my all. And as I start to grow my content creation business, I could slowly lower down my tutoring business. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Anyway, I feel like I'm using this vlog session of in a sort of a free, this is my grandfather outside, in a sort of free therapy session. Apologies if that's not what you came here to watch, and I suppose you never really know what you're going to get on this channel here, but I am so confused. I have given you a lot of information now in terms of where I'm at. Please let me know what you think is the right thing to do. Should I start focusing more on content creation against tutoring? Or is tutoring a better career to stay focused on? I don't know. Should I start focusing on going part-time on content creation and find a way to boost my engagement, even though it's part-time and not full-time? Anyway, and to wrap this extensively long, actually, I'm just going to move my ring light so I can see. Merciful Jesus, we are about to clock 12 minutes chatting here. And this vlog is already at 15 minutes, which means that I am about to make this a half-hour vlog already just because of this one video. Oh my gosh. I just also wanted to wrap up by saying this month, in 20 days, today is Wednesday, in 20 days, it will be 10 years since I ran away from home. Now, I know I've already spoken about this in a previous vlog recently when I was buying my present to celebrate the anniversary. But I think a lot of what's happening right now in my mental state, in my mindset, I am all round usually quite a happy person, but there's so much going on in my life at the moment. I feel like I'm in such a huge transitionary phase with my career and even within my own sense of self, that I'm at a loss. And because it's coming at a time where I'm about to hit 10 years since I ran away from home, I am so confused as to how a decade will have passed and I still don't think I have a full grasp on who I am. It's been 10 years and I still am at a point, I'm 32, 10 years since I ran away from home. Granted, I did a lot of healing in that time, a lot. And there's still a lot of healing to be done yet. That's trauma for you. But I just thought, now that I've realized it's 10 years, that at that kind of a milestone in my life, I would have been more content than I am with where I'm at in life. And yet, no matter how much I've achieved, I've gone overseas multiple times, which isn't, in my opinion, an achievement unto itself. I have worked abroad, which was one of my biggest life goals. I've worked in theatre. I've done, plays. I've published a book. I've built online platforms. I've started my own business that has, as I've mentioned, been very successful for me in my own right. I am also going to consider the family that I have as a success as well, because they have been one of the biggest blessings in my life. I have a wonderful relationship that I'm exceptionally grateful for. Another blessing, thank God. There are so many things that I could list for you that would only make me look more ridiculous for talking about not being happy enough in life. And yet, coming up to this milestone of 10 years, I'm at a complete loss as to why I don't feel more content, more happy. That's not correct grammar. Happier. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here because I'm about to have clocked 15 minutes of yapping and just completely ranting to you all. Anyway, please let me know if you have the patience and have made it this far in the vlog. Please let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I would absolutely appreciate an alternate perspective. I know I've also spoken about this here and there and everywhere, but I've not officially solidified my point of view and gotten it across in a vlog. I've just kind of touched on it in, a few minutes here and there. But this is the crux of it. I need to overhaul my routine. It is school holidays in a couple of days, and I'll have 2 weeks that will also be a little bit hard to try and use to overhaul my routine and fix my approach to life, because I will be on tourist duty. Like I've mentioned, my auntie is coming tomorrow from Ireland. But I need to, I think, use that time to just overhaul my mental state, refocus on how I want to structure my routine, figure out what aspect of my career and of my life I want to prioritize, and just try again. I was watching one of my favorite content creators recently, and I will sum everything up here. I promise I will leave this speech here. But I was watching one of her vlogs recently, and in it she said that I hope you realize that you have the power, you have the choice to actively decide what life you want to create. And she also said, like, that may sound so simple to many of you, but to some of us, that's me, it is something we needed to hear. It's something that every now and again I need to remind myself of. I fall into this rut of doing whatever I think society, subconsciously influences me into thinking I should be doing. And then forgetting that actually I have the absolute privilege, the luxury in where I live. I live in a first world nation. I live in a wonderful country, Australia. I am blessed with a wonderful family that collectively, all of those things, I'm healthy, physically, mentally, all of those things. And I'm sure there are other things I could have mentioned there, but all of those things put me into a situation that gives me a lot of luxurious privilege where I can get up and decide what life do I want. And I think that's where I'm at the moment. So hopefully I can say, watch this space and let's see if there is some sort of magic that happens here, that I can hopefully, by being open and honest with you all, being vulnerable with you all, be able to inspire any of you that are in a similar situation. I am a content creator, but just because I am doesn't mean that I've figured out how to do it perfectly. I am a teacher. I am a 32-year-old. I am a girlfriend. I am a daughter, granddaughter, etc. And I don't think I figured out how to do any of these things 100% right. But I am an eldest daughter, and I am exceptionally motivated to be the best version of myself. And sometimes I think that pursuit of perfection is innately toxic, and that's probably what's burning me out. But yeah, anyway, like my favorite content creator says, you have the power to decide what it is in life you want, and you get to wake up in the morning and say, this is how I want my life to be. Even if they are small things like romanticizing your life, like, for example, wearing perfume to bed. I know that sounds ridiculous, but this is like a small scale example. I wear perfume to bed. It is one of those bougie, luxurious things that, you romanticize your life a little bit more, and it makes you feel that little bit more special. I don't know why. I just love the feeling of when I put on my pajamas before I get into bed, I just spray a little bit of perfume and it makes me feel uber feminine. And I love uber femininity. So anyway, that's my rant. Apologies for ranting for 19 minutes. Ya Rabbi, oh my gosh, Lord, was I blessed with the gift of the gab. I don't think I've even taken a breath in those 19 minutes to pause. I've just kept talking for 19 minutes. Anyway, that's probably going to make this vlog rather long, or I'll probably have to end it roughly here soon. roughly speaking. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work because I do believe that in 16 minutes, my first student, who will be my niece, should be showing up. And if she doesn't come for her lesson today, then my first student will be in an hour and 16 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to go and add this to the vlog, try and edit a short video to upload for you all tomorrow, and hopefully get cracking on with ideas, thoughts, plans for where I want to head with the future. Wish me luck, and I hope to take you all along this journey with me. All right, let's find middle C. And let's do our 5-finger exercises. Piano finger one. Piano finger one, come on. Let's go. Ducks are all fed and put away for the night, and look, we have another egg. I have this very quick break in between my students, so I just made a cup of tea. I actually just went and put the ducks away first, but I have just made myself a cup of tea, and I thought I'd quickly update you all. My auntie has just messaged me to let me know she has arrived at Dublin Airport and she will be boarding soon to catch her flight to come to Australia. So she'll be landing in our time around 6 p.m. tomorrow, which is great. I will probably end this vlog around here, and then I will start afresh tomorrow, because I kind of think it'd be nice to have a fresh vlog for when she's coming tomorrow. But to update you, tomorrow I have officially booked in to see a physio, which is great. So great for my legs, because I have been so anxious about whatever this is. So hopefully the physio can give me some sort of answer tomorrow. So, and then also I actually have to go and get my lashes lifted tomorrow. So it's been about 3 months since I did them last time. And anybody who's been watching these since then knows every 3 months I get my lashes lifted, because for some reason, even though I have rather curly, wavy hair, my lashes, they like to be dead straight. So unfortunately, I need a little bit of assistance in lifting them. I'd love to know how to do that myself on a day-to-day basis, honestly. But anyway, so that is your little update I wanted to give you all. How cute is my niece, by the way? She's really trying with her piano lessons. Anyway, it is amazing to have gotten all of that out today. Even though I only said it to a camera, I'm hoping that whatever feedback you guys give me will be conducive to progress, but it is amazing to let it out nonetheless. Anyway, without adding another 20-minute interval of rant, of me ranting, I'm going to wrap this up, because like I mentioned, I think it would be nice to start a fresh vlog tomorrow morning and bring you all along the day up until my auntie gets here, and hopefully have some exciting things to show you while she's here. So thank you so much again for watching. If you are not subscribed, and if you are, thank you. But if you're not and you would like to see more of my content, please do subscribe. I never really ask that, but I see all content creators asking that. So maybe it's something that I should be doing. I don't know. But thank you for watching. If you've made it this far in the vlog, an extra special thank you. And I will see you all in my next vlog. So this vlog will be going live next week. So in about 6 days time. So I shall see you all then. And thank you so much again. Much love, everyone. And as always, God bless. Mwah.